Good afternoon, July the 28th, 2015. Time to wrap it up for the day. We came in basically this morning wanting to sell 80 to 85. We lowered that to 75.80 for the opening because of the selling that was behind us. And there were several winning trades to the short side. Not the world's biggest trade. If you didn't catch the first trade right here, this mean green trade S, you're making a little bit. You weren't making a lot. We said starting out this morning we didn't know if support was at 65 to 70 or 60 to 65. It turns out there's pretty good support at 65. This was our support area, and then the market starts to trade up. And this is a market where they don't take any prisoners. I mean, it is a one-way market up. It's a short squeeze. There is no counter rotation. You've got a retest failure here that produces a little finally. You've got an S right here that would be right now. The trade hasn't fully developed. You might be looking at a loss. So this was the best trade of the day that fit the homework in the analysis. It was a very it was a difficult trade to take because of the uncertainty associated with the opening bar. A lot of games are played in that, but when you take out that bar's low, that's another entry into it. This would have been a short. Didn't quite make the mean green trade right here. Retesting this low. This could have been the first buy, which would have resulted in a loss. But from right here on up and out, this market goes to the buy side, and that's where it is. So the idea to get short worked until about 10:20 in the day. Then the market turns around and goes the other way. What do we expect for tomorrow? Tomorrow, the tendency for the market is to trade up into the FOMC announcement, and I think that's a lot of what we're seeing. So structurally right here, if we stay below this 92 area that you can see, there's a very, very clean break in the market. It can still sell, but the FOMC meeting probably trumps everything, and the tendency is to trade up into that. They'll be looking for dovish language, not big changes, but I'm sure the Fed will reiterate that they won't change their policy or raise rates until the economic data supports it. But you can see that below 92 this market can sell. This screen, lower high and a lower low, would tell you to look for a place to sell it, and for us it's going to be failure to take out 90 to 92. Very, very strong market on the F2 screen. Multiple distributions higher, nothing but P's. So structurally right here, we alluded to this morning. So this area right here, 88 to 92, is prime resistance. It's where the spill came from. Next place would be 95, 97, this C period high, this B period high. So this will be R1 in this area, and this will be R2. So the trade's going to be selling failure to take out 89 to 92 on the assumption that we close it at 85.50. Next trade is going to be selling 95s to 97s. On the buy side, because of the FOMC meeting, we broke it out at 78. We're at 86 right now, so 81.79 buy 1. And then buy 2 will be 75.77. So I'm looking for support in the 75 to 80 area. And we'll see if that holds up. Not much in the way of news tomorrow. Pending home sales is called up 1%. Then we have crude inventories, which nobody will pay attention to, including the crude players. If it's a bullish number, it's more likely than not to sell. If it's a bearish number, it's more likely than not to rally. Okay, looking at the note, tomorrow is the 5-year auction. Again, we'd like to buy into weakness. It's an inside day. that on the F1 screen that favors trading range development. So there's your inside day. You can see we don't have much in the way of a range. Today's auction took place at 29.530. So depending on your splits, if we split the day session out, we've got a P. If we put it all into the entire distribution, it's leaning B. So again, this suggests a trading range. So here we are. We're going to sell failure to take out 27.2704. Our sell today was 31s to 03s. Produced some small winners. We were hoping to buy 25s to better. We said it might take a 29 to get off a long. And that's pretty much where the market was. Today's 2-year auction was a strong auction. Very, very strong. Yet the market didn't rally or break out to the upside. So this will be the second 2-year that we've had this year where we didn't get really, really strong buying and a strong close. A nice rally out of it. I'm going to put support at 24 to 28. That'll be buy 1 for Globex. And then 17 to 21 for buy 2. Tomorrow's news, FOMC announcement is the big news for tomorrow. So know what the Fed's going to say and how nuanced their phrasing and their language will be. You've got the trade. My guess is that they won't say anything to jeopardize the stock market. And the financials are saying that the first interest rate bump comes in 2016, not 2015. Most people that follow the Fed say that they back themselves into a corner. They have to raise interest rates, but the economic news doesn't really warrant that. So we'll see how the Fed plays it. Okay, looking at the 30-year, selling failure to take out 55.04. Knob spread did strengthen a little bit today, not much, where it was this morning. Then our second sell will be 11 to 15. Buy side last rotate down was 21. We're at 27, so we'll 17s to 21s will be buy 1. Pretty aggressive, like to get it done closer to 16 than 20. And then if we break that, I'm going to put it 5 to 9 for buy 2. If there's a weak auction, normally it'll be the intermediate term. What's gold going to do tomorrow? Probably not a hell of a lot because of the FOMC meeting. So 98 to the buck, sell 1. 3 to 5, sell 2. On the buy side, it's going to be 91 to 89. Pretty much where we were this morning then. 85 to 87 for buy 2. The leaks and financial information by the Fed and people on the inside, while disguised, you can usually read the market if it's happened. It's not perfect. If it's talked about, you know, the Fed's going to do this, going to do that, or if it's leaked, it's a rumor that goes around. More likely than not, it's not true. But if it's not talked about and the market rallies or sells into that announcement, then pretty confident that somebody has gotten their hands on the information before the fact. Crude oil. It's very difficult to know which way crude will trade come tomorrow. We've been having draws in the stocks. You can see that we've got this 48.50 to 75 area is volume drops off. The low volume is at 48.54. So we're right down at 47.69. Top of value is 19, so selling 25s to 50 will be sell 1. Might get some short covering. And then 49, 40, 48.75, 49, sell 2. Pretty clean break here at 47.50. Then against the buck, so 47, 47 and a quarter buy 1. 46 and a quarter, 46.50 buy 2. Market's down into the EIA inventory numbers. We might get a little short covering. But again, like I said, this market really doesn't pay a hell of a lot of attention to the inventory numbers or the fact that every day there's more supply in the market than there is demand. Trades technically, and that's what makes another reason to take a hard look at Rich Gender's way to trade this market. Listen, if you don't have a lot of time and don't have a lot of money, and if you can't pull the trigger on your own trades, take Rich's trades, and then by God, if you don't like the results, fire him. Us too. It's a quick way to get a bottom line, and if you don't know much about trading, you're probably 90 days away from having your first profitable month. 90 days? I can't wait that long. Well, it takes a while to understand the screen setups. It takes a while to practice it, and then you go live on day 61. Okay, I think we have a seller in the 111 area. I think we got a buyer against 110, and here we are at 1060. So today's day session stopped below 75. It is a P. I think we can trade a little bit higher, so 90 to 111, sell 1. 20 to 30, sell 2. Don't think we'll see much out of this market because of the FOMC announcement tomorrow. 30 to 20, buy 1. And then 110 buy 2. I'm not a big fan of the long side, as you all know, for about the last year. The European Central Bank, the EU members all want the euro lower so they can export to people other than themselves. And it's worked if you look at Germany's trade balance numbers. It's a short-term solution for lower productivity, but it sure makes you look smart for a quarter or two. Okay, that's all I have for this July 28th, 2015. Gonna wrap it up right now. I'll see you bright and early in the morning, 6:45 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Y'all have a great evening. This is our last day of 100-degree services. Will, I'll put my number up. You can give me a phone call here right as soon as I hang up, and we'll see if I can't get your questions answered, okay?